Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Moed Katan, page 25, which discusses the laws of rending one's garments, also known as kriya, which is generally only done for one of 7 close relatives, namely one's parents, children, siblings, or spouse. The only other exceptions is if there is someone who is a scholar, or also someone who is an Adam Kosher, a proper individual. Even if he is not related to you, nonetheless the loss should still be felt, and therefore kriya, rending the garment, also is done. We find here the story of the great Rav Huna and how the ceremony of him being buried took place and all the challenges that took place. Finally, when he was buried, it's said that there was a great fire that came, and because of that, the person who brought him was Rav Chaga, who was bringing the remains of Rav Huna to his final burying place. There was this, again, huge fire that could have easily have harmed him if it wasn't for the great schus, the merit of being in the presence of such a great righteous person as Rav Huna, and therefore he was spared. So we find this interesting notion of the passing of an individual and a very powerful fire in that presence. And for that reason, the Talmud here also tells us another time when kriya is necessary. If a person is present at the time when someone dies, if you're actually there at that moment, so you're also supposed to rend your garments, you're also obligated to tear kriya. And the Talmud says something very fascinating. He says, Lama zedome, what is this comparable to? Well, Sefer Torah shenisraf. If you would witness, God forbid, a Torah scroll that was burned, which of course, any Torah, if it's not repairable, is supposed to have geniza. We're supposed to bury it. We do not burn a Torah. If someone would show such a lack of respect, it should be so devastating to you that you would also rend your garment. So too, if you're actually in the presence of someone dying, which means that there is this close connection between the removal of one's soul and a person who witnesses a Torah being destroyed. Now, this person who died, in this case, is not necessarily a scholar, but it shows that in our view, every single person is as special and is as holy as a Torah.